Hello, people. Shall we talk about Dark Phoenix, X-Men? Okay, so if you've seen my videos, you know that I wasn't a fan of the superhero genre movies, but I'm coming around. And I decided to give a chance to the X-Men because I recently saw the first movie and I find it interesting. To me, it's an allegory, but we'll talk about that a little later in this video. So I went to see Dark Phoenix. The people who know more than I do say that this is an attempt of the franchise to appeal to the fans of the women's empowerment movements, and I totally agree. It's a woman-driven story. It's about the most powerful X-Men ever, and her name is Jean Grey, and she's this youngster who becomes very, very, very powerful, and I'm not going to spoil it for you, but you probably know. Anyway, what I've seen online is that the fans of the X-Men are a little disappointed with this movie. They are actually bitching about it because they say it's weak, and they say it's a poor story, and they say it fails on the attempt of making women more powerful, and the characters that have the power, which are the Professor Xavier and Magneto, and well, they still have the power, so it becomes a little ridiculous. They say that the lead is weak, you know, that the actress is weak. I have to agree with it, actually. She comes from Game of Thrones, and I don't think she's a bad actress at all. I haven't seen her before, okay? I don't think she's a bad actress, but I think it doesn't come off very strongly, this part. I mean, I'm not sure if it's just her fault or the direction. The director, Simon Kinberg, he's not very experienced as a director either. He's more experienced as a producer and a writer. He produced Logan and Deadpool and X-Men Apocalypse and stuff, but he didn't direct that many movies, so that may be a problem. It kind of feels like it. The rhythm sometimes is off. I have to agree that it's not exciting, okay? I expect some things, you know, I expect the big battle in the plot point 3, and I expect some things, and I kind of know how it's going to end. We all do, but it's kind of sometimes it doesn't have rhythm. I don't see a heavy hand in direction. It's kind of, it goes everywhere. We're not sure what the point of view is. You know, it's not very exciting as a movie. But it is entertaining. Not very exciting, but entertaining. And it has wonderful actors. Some other actors are actually wonderful. You have Jennifer Lawrence from Hunger Games and etc. Well, not a very powerful performance either, but she's always a pleasure to watch. She's a good actress. You have James McAvoy, who's amazing, and he's always amazing. You have Michael Fassbender, who's always amazing. So Michael Fassbender, who did Steve Jobs, who did 12 Years a Slave. James McAvoy, who I saw recently in Glass, and he did Atonement, he did Split. I mean, you know these people. Jessica Chastain, The Tree of Life, Molly's Game. Jessica Chastain, I think she has a powerful performance. I think she does. And Michael Fassbender as well, and James McAvoy as well. I think Michael Fassbender, I read it someplace, I think it was in the New York Times review, that it's a pleasure to watch, and you want to keep watching that movie when he's in the screen, and that's true. And Jessica Chastain, I think so too. I think she delivers a powerful performance. Okay, I didn't come, you know, dazzled like an Iron Man movie or a recent Batman movie, but it's okay. I think it's a missed opportunity. It could have been better, but I looked at it in a different way, and now I'm going to talk about it like that, in what I said in the beginning that I was going to talk about. I see the X-Men as an allegory, okay? There are a lot of people out there who are special, and you can call them mutants, okay? And for all of you who are special, mutants, and you are aware of your powers, you can look at this as an allegory. And you can come see this movie and see the discussion and participate in the discussion about choosing the right side, deciding what to do with your gifts, deciding if emotions are in the way or if they help you complete your mission in the world. So if you look at it that way, I mean, you take something out of this movie. So I think Stan Lee and everybody who's doing superhero movies and who's responsible for these characters, I'm sure that they have this in mind. I mean, there are special people in the world, and if you look at it that way, you can take something out of it. And for me, that was the discussion, and for me, that's why I didn't think it was wasted time to see this movie, because some of those discussions I had with myself, okay? Because, well, let's face it, we're all mutants. If you are not yet, you will find your gift. But if you look at it that way, I had the discussion with myself. I mean, are emotions standing in my way? Why can't I control myself sometimes? And why can't I always be in the right side? Why can't I always be in the elevated? You know, this is a movie about ascension, about transcendence. And in that sense, it's an interesting discussion, okay? But I think the rhythm is wrong, and the story could be, you know, it needs steroids. I don't know. Even in it's a superhero movie, people. I mean, you expect the battle, you expect all of that, but it lacks cojones. Sorry, it does. Anyway, I found it interesting because of this discussion. If you see it as an allegory and you identify yourself as a mutant, and trust me, some of you are, if you found your gifts. And they're not so distant from the X-Men. So that's why I'm looking at the X-Men in a different way, and I'm finding it interesting. And this movie talks about that, emotions, transcendence, the discussion between good and evil, and your choice, your personal choice. And can you make it? Are you in control of yourself? In that way, it's interesting. So if you are a mutant, go watch it, just, you know, for the heck of it. Maybe you'll take something out of it, okay? If you're a superhero fan and you just see superheroes in men in capes and battles and stuff, don't bother, okay? So go to the movies anyway. Bye-bye.